pouring into them so that there she is, so that we're all, in the same steps. And I always kind of like to think about it as like what the Dallas cheerleaders, right? When they do their little like kick thing. Do you know how hard they are all working to be in sync? Do you think that they're just not communicating with their team? Do you think that they're just like, we're just going to kick and hope for the best? No, they are talking with one another. They're communicating one another. They are letting each other know the importance of being tied in and understanding. And so I love that. I love that, Danielle. You guys were just able to just like pick up and take off where she left off. So, okay, does anybody else have anything they want to shout out? Any wins? Anything?
I will. I'll shout out to Ashley Malcolm. Sorry I'm late this morning, but Ashley Malcolm has really just pushed through and kept doing all the things, and we just never know when things are going to turn, when the tide for our business is going to turn. And she just hung in there and kept messaging and kept messaging. And y'all saw in the wellness I posted, she signed up 3 people in one day to start off the month. So she's got her leaders retreat with qualification. I'm super proud, super excited of her for hanging in there because that's hard to do.
So, Alicia, while you're unmuted, I just want to ask you really quick, what do you think shifted in her with that? Like, what do you think she went from struggle busing, right, for a little bit to all of a sudden in a matter of a day, she signs up, what, 2 or 3 people. So, what do you think changed there?
She just kept in there and kept with it. I kept talking to her. I feel like kept pouring into her, kept telling her like, girl, you just keep going. You just keep doing it. And same thing with Alita. Like we talk and we'd send stuff and she communicated. And then we got to working with, little one's about to yell. We got to getting into messaging, seeing like, hey, what are we sending to people? How are we sending it to it? What are we saying? And then started making just some small tweaks with it. And I think making small tweaks and just constantly growing in the way that you're doing your stuff. If it's not working, to reevaluate what you're doing and looking at it, and then try something new, and voila.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, I'm going to kind of tap onto that a little bit as well, because this is something that like I've kind of been noticing. And I think it's really important. And I actually kind of had a little talk with my team about this the other day, is that we all are we're all going for something, right? We're not just skating by, we're not just kind of floating, we're not just kind of sitting ducks. If you showed up to Power 30 today, no, sorry, I'm on a call. I'm sorry. You're going to have to wait. This is real life, you guys. This is it. Okay. So if you showed up today, it's because you're clearly running for something. It's clearly because you have a goal in your mind. It's because you have decided, right? Like, I want that. I want what she has. I want to get to where she or he is. Okay. So I get asked a lot, how did you all of a sudden rank up? Like, what changed? What shifted? You know, the truth is, the first thing I did was I prayed about it every single day. I started my day every single day with a prayer in a place of gratitude. I wasn't necessarily asking the Lord for something, I was thanking Him. Hey, I really appreciate you guiding me today, Lord. Lord, I really appreciate where you let me open my eyes yesterday. You can't be in a place of like anxiety and gratitude at the same time. Your brain will not allow it. So if there's any time that you're like, why is this not working? Or what is this? Take yourself back into a place of gratitude. Lord, I'm just grateful I woke up today. Like it could be something as simple as I'm just grateful for that. So really I stayed in a place of gratitude for the entire month of August. That was my goal. I really wanted to make sure that I was not only pouring into myself, but my soul. I was feeding my soul every single day with something positive. I don't care if it's 5 minutes, I don't care if it's a 30-second reel. When your algorithm becomes all uplifting, up like happiness in the morning, instead of like, oh my gosh, look who got murdered last night. I don't know, like, don't watch the news. But you have to stay in a place of gratitude because you cannot grow in a place of unfamiliar, being unfamiliar, right? Like you have to find your center. And until you find your center, you're truly just a sitting duck. You've got to find your core. Why am I doing this? What am I doing today? Where am I showing up? Intentionality. Like that was something that was really difficult for me. I would be like, yeah, I sent 5 messages today. Okay, but what were those messages? Hey girl, just checking in. Hey girl, did you ever get a chance to watch that video? I was not being intentional with my messaging before. So where I shifted that was, hey girl, a couple weeks ago I sent you that video. What did you think about it? What was your favorite part about it? Really being intentional with making that connection with them. And not just going in a place of plexus, right? Like I do see a lot of times people will go in and it's plexus, 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 plexus. You need to make connection with people because the truth is, we are in a business, we are in an industry of caring for people. Yes, sales are nice, right? We all like that dopamine hit, getting that email that we signed somebody up. But you have, and I love that when Brittany told me this months ago, Brittany Raup said, you have no business signing somebody up if you're not going to take care of them. And I remember sitting just kind of like, huh, they trusted you to sign up with a product. They trusted you to help make them a personalized regimen. They trusted you, some people, more than they trusted their doctor. So when you go in and you're just being like, how's your products? And they're like, good. Does that feel good? No. Go in. Hey, girl, I'm so proud of you for making this change in your life and really prioritizing yourself. I just wanted to tell you that today. When you get a response, then go in. Hey, tell me your favorite thing. Tell me your win. How are you feeling? How's life? How's the kids? Make that connection with them. People want connection, right? You go in to get your nails done. The nail person's like, oh, how many kids you have? You're like, Alita's like, I got 10. They're connecting with you. They're not just asking you, you want flour for $5? No, they're not just gonna sell you something. They're trying to connect with you. If Ling Lang at the nail salon can connect with you, we can be connecting with these people who trust us. They trusted us, right? So, sorry, Ling Lang, if you're on here, sorry, but that's the truth. If they can connect with us, so can you. So, stop making it plexus, 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 and connect. Really watch. Hey, Jenny, I just noticed you had a grandbaby a few months ago. How is he? Is he loving his new food? Okay. That's important to them. That's a point where they're just like, oh my gosh, yes, I love my new grandbaby and he's the best and all the things. Connect. Okay. So, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was stop looking for affirmation from other people and find it within yourself. Self affirmation is one of the strongest things that I have found. And I'm not lying to you when I tell you if you walk in Alita's house right now, there is self affirmation wrote on her mirror in her bathroom. Why? Because it works. I am worthy. I am valuable. I am powerful. I am XYZ. And there's an expo marker that sits next to her sink. Why? Because as she is growing, even as a diamond with all these things, she still needs self affirmation. So if you are not self affirming yourself and you're looking for it and you're waiting for it to come from somewhere else, I'm just here to tell you that you need to find it in yourself because waiting for it to come from somewhere else, you might be waiting a while. You might be waiting. So finding that in yourself is super important. When I was able to shift that, even my husband was like, you seem happier. You seem more confident. You seem more excited to wake up every morning. And that was when I was like, okay, what am I doing differently? And it was the week that I realized that Diamond Alita Langford still has self affirmation written all over her house, sticky notes in her pantry, little things that we can shift that we don't have to wait for other people to give us. Are we doing this for everybody else or are we doing this for ourselves? We have our why, but at the end of the day, our why isn't going to take the steps for us. We have to choose to take those steps and say, I today am going to do XYZ, fill in the blank. I can tell Alita, hey, I'm going to be Emerald by convention. I can tell her that. But guess what? She can't start my motor. She can't start my engine. She can't push me if I'm just in a place with my emergency brake on. So until we pour into ourselves, we're not going to get the results that we're looking for. We're just not. And I think that self growth is something that a lot of people hear and they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Until you decide I am growing, you're going to be stuck. And so I heard from an old friend one time, you have to work through what's holding you back. You can't mask it. You can't sweep it under the rug. Work through it and let it go. And when I did that, when I let go of my self doubt, when I let go of my self sabotage, when I let go of these things that we all suffer from, because that's just life and we're human and it happens and we get in our head. But when you release those things and you don't hold on to them, it's a matter of how quickly you can bounce back from that. How quickly can this piss me off and I'm going to move on and go, okay, and whatever, moving on. That's what we have to do. Life happens, but it's a matter of how quickly you can bounce back from that. And so that was a big one for me is like, I used to get knocked down by a no, but really a no was just not right now. They're all adults. If you're reaching out to somebody and they're like, hey, I'm really not interested. Okay, great. Thanks for the response. I really appreciate that. I'll still be cheering for you over here and, still check in with them, still expose them. And not in a sense of like, hey, just me popping in. I know you said you don't want the business, but like, really, you want this trip to Cancun? Hey, girl. Oh my gosh, I noticed how consistent you've been at the gym lately. Like, I just wanted to tell you I'm so proud of you. That's incredible. Good for you. Things like that. Going back to being there for people, connecting with people, and then they're going to see you shift and they're going to be like, I want that. I want what she has. I want to be a part of that. And for me, I started to realize that when I started making connection with people about that in that time is when people would be like, I'm not really interested right now. And I'd say, okay, great. Would you want to be you want to be on my 3-month follow-up list? I can check up with you in 90 days. And then in that meantime, I'm still checking in with them about life. Oh my gosh, your little girl's getting so big. Like, how is kindergarten going? I hope she has the best first week, right? So I cannot stress connection more. Like connect, connect, connect. Okay. So I also was watching Diamond Docs. Not only was I watching them, I was really watching them to be able to send them to my team and say things like, hey, this really struck me today, and I really think that you should watch it. Maybe they're not even business builders. Maybe they're just somebody on my team, but I'm able to expose them third party and say, this is possible. You don't have to hate your job and just deal with it for the next 20 years. There's options. And look, my friend who is a teacher just like you was able to quit her job and retire her husband from the oil fields. I can totally see that for you. So things like that, bringing that in for them, relating to them, but saying, I was thinking about you. This just really made me think about you. I'd love to hear what your favorite take back was on that. So that was really big for me. I was sending Diamond Docs. I was making sure that I was inspiring my team every single day. And I think that's where we kind of get caught up. We want to succeed, but we can't do it on our own. The truth is, we have to have our team with us for us to succeed. And you're not going to get a successful team if you're not pouring into them. So, going in and sending on my team every day something inspiring, maybe just telling them, I'm really proud of how far you've come. I'm really proud of your grit. I'm really proud of your resilience because we all want to be poured into. And if we're not pouring into our team, we can't just be like, I believe in you. Okay, but what do you believe in? What is it that you believe in? If you're telling your team, you can do this, what can I do? What do you think I can do? Hey, Jenny, like I know with your grit and your resilience and the way that you show up no matter what, I know that you are just made to be a diamond. If I did not pour in belief to my team of what I actually believe, yeah, with true intention, how are they ever going to know? They're not mind readers. They're just not. And so, unless you're being really clear with them and saying, hey, I really can see what you're doing here, and I just think this is incredible. You really inspire me, and I'm so glad to have you on this team. Affirmation, going back and telling them the things that you see in them, the way that you believe in them, the way that you just love watching them bloom and blossom. I think that goes so much further than people realize. And so, um, the other thing is I really tried to center with my why. And I'm not gonna lie, like I really struggled with that. I was like, well, hello, because don't we all want to be making drug dealer money like Alita? Like, wouldn't that be nice? There's a bigger why, right? Like there's a reason we started this. And so I go back to originally I started this because I was desperate. Then I wanted an outcome. Then I made a few $100s and it was really fun. And then I watched a Diamond Doc and I was XYZ. Okay, but where in the between, where in the center of those little valleys in between did you find that why? Why am I doing this? Well, I'm doing this because my husband hates his job and he doesn't want to work for somebody else forever, right? I'm doing this because I want to send my kid to a private school. I'm doing this because I need the community. Whatever your why is, like you really need to sit and resonate with that. You really need to find that. And I'm not saying just write it down on a piece of paper. No. For 5 minutes, turn your phone on do not disturb and sit there with it. My why is if you can write down 10 bullet points of that, I think that you will start to really see and show up every single day in a different place, in a place of real intentionality. I am doing this because I want to show myself that I set this goal and I'm going to blow past it. Because write out your why. Why did you make that goal? What is it? Is there something in your life that you want to change? Is there something in your life that you're not happy with? And so this brings you that peace. And in the meantime, you get to make money, you get to make yourself grow, you get to have this team and helping all these hundreds of people. What is it? So really get down to the nitty gritty of what your why is. Okay. The other thing that I love and have come to really grow, and I'm actually helping my new girl grow right now, is ChatGPT. I know every single one of you on here is using ChatGPT. Okay. It's your best friend. You pour into it, you're the real MVP because let's be real, it is. Okay. Um, but I want to say, sorry, I just had a thing. I had like a thing pop in my head and I was like, oh, I want to talk about that. So I'm literally writing it down. I want to say when you're using ChatGPT, don't make it obvious that you're using ChatGPT. Like, I'm just here to tell you if it's not Tiffany, and I'm like, it's weird. Like, I know you. And like, that doesn't sound like you. So use ChatGPT, but tweak it a little bit. Okay. Put in exclamation marks because let me tell you, ChatGPT just doesn't, it puts in periods. So put your energy into ChatGPT. Okay. It can say, hey girl, I'm so excited you started your 3-day reset. How's it going? And it can literally be periods all in between. If somebody sends you a message with periods in between, are you going to be like, they're so excited for me? Or are you going to be like, your energy is not matching here? So use ChatGPT, but before you just copy and paste it, look through it and say, okay, wait, I need to add my Nicole energy here. I need to add 18 exclamation points at the end because that's just what I do as a human. I don't know. But it's the truth. Okay. So take it, use it, but make it your own. Don't make it so obvious that you copy and pasted something. If you're talking about, I don't know, restore, and there's just like a spaceship emoji there, I'm like, that doesn't go. Like, why is it there? It's so obvious. Okay. So this is something that I've noticed that other people have have sent to me, and I'm like, you need to make it your own, authentically you. Okay. This is the last thing I'm gonna like say and wrap up because this is true and it's happened to me twice. And I thought about it last night when Alita was talking. Okay, when she's talking about networking and going and messaging people. Okay, I have had two, not one, but two people with companies reach out to me and be like, "Hey, girl, you'd be so good at what I do." I'm like, did you even look at my profile before you cold messaged me? I'm like, do you know? So first thing I went in with, I was like, okay, either I'm not pouring enough into my profile to let people know that I'm a Plexus lover, like I'm a Plexus psycho. When they click on my profile, they just can't tell. Or we are not doing our job enough in really connecting with somebody before we send that message. So I took two things away from that. I need to be more in tune with my audience, who I'm talking to, who I'm sending that message to. So I don't just seem like I'm just sending copy and paste messages to people because nobody loves a copy and paste message. It's not relatable, it's not personal. It's so what I'm saying is go in, find out a little bit about that person, scroll their profile for 30 seconds, and you can probably figure out if they have 14 kids or 3 kids. You can probably figure out what they do for a living. You can probably figure out if they, whatever, fill in the blank. Okay. But make that connection. And so don't go to somebody and be like, you'd be so good at what I do. You should totally come join my team. And they're like, that's cute. I'm with Young Living. Did you know? Don't do that. It's humiliating. Okay. So if you're going to cold message people, go in, go look at their profile, study them for a couple of minutes, find a couple things, write it down that you like about them, that you love about them. Hey, I noticed you're a homeschool mama. I homeschool too. Blah, blah, blah. Start the conversation. Okay. But don't go in and just cold message somebody. Okay. And be like, you'd be so good at what I do. Why? You don't even know me. Why would I be so good at what you do? Right. So that's kind of where I was last night when Alita was talking about sending those messages to people that you really think would be good at this business. Go in and be brave and send those messages, but find things about them that you enjoy. Really find like, hey, I've noticed that when you started up your business and you and your husband were blah, 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 you guys were really resilient and all the odds were against you, and you still were able to make this really great business. I think you'd be so good at what I do because you already have the resilience and the grit and the drive. Boom, right? You've complimented them, you've connected with them, and you were able to really kind of hit their pressure points, right? They're like, yeah, that was really hard. That was a really hard time in our life. And you're right, we did make it through. Okay. So, again, I want to definitely reiterate to know your audience, know who you're talking to, know what you're doing. Okay. I'm not saying overthink it, but if you're going to message Susie, don't write, hey, Sally. Like, actually know who you're talking to, know something about them. Definitely know if they're with a different company. And I will say, I have messaged people that are with different companies, but you know how I started that conversation? Hey, girl, I've noticed you've been with Young Living for 5 years. I'm really curious about what their compensation plan is. How does their compensation plan work? And they're like, if they're like, actually, it totally sucks. Then you're like, oh, well, guess what? I'm with a company. I absolutely love their compensation plan. If you'd want to, I can actually send that over to you so you could take a look and compare the two. I've literally done that to somebody. And they were like, oh my gosh, your compensation plan is incredible compared to mine. I'm like, if you're ever interested, like, I would love to add you to my team. Boom. And then 2 days later, go in and talk about their kids. Oh my gosh, I love her outfit for the first day of kindergarten. So cute. Where'd you get it? Connection. Okay. Today is, I swear, so much about this business is connection. I can't stress it enough how much I try to connect with people. And it makes them feel seen, it makes them feel heard, and it makes them feel valued. We all want that in life, truly, right? Nobody's going to sit here and be like, I don't want that. No. Okay. So treat people the way that you would want to be treated. love people, that we're in the industry of taking care of people. And if I can make you, if I can make you guys any challenge, I would say when we get off this call, really sit in a place of gratitude. I don't care if it's for 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Put your phone on quiet, do not disturb. If you have kids and can't do that, I feel you, sister. But at some point today, find yourself a place, a quiet place, whether it's outside, whether it's you go for a walk and you jot it down in your phone. Write down 5 things that you're grateful for today and 5 things that you know you can shift your energy in today. So maybe you spilt your coffee this morning. Yeah, I spilled my coffee this morning, but Lord, thank you for allowing me to have another cup. I can make another cup, right? So shift your mindset. Something could suck, turn it around. Stop being a complainer. Like, go into this place of at least I can. Okay. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging with me on my little rant of today. And I cannot wait. If you're willing, go and message your running partner, your upline, whatever it is, five five points of gratitude today. Okay. Go message them something, whether it's like, I'm grateful that I get paid the next day. I don't know. Find 5 things, because if you can't find 5 things, go tell your upline I'm on the struggle bus because I don't have 5 places of gratitude today. So I love you guys. I hope you guys have the best day, and I'll talk to you later.